this evening. First, a major blow to drug traffickers as Kanu and the Ghana Defense Force uncovers one of the largest cocaine busts in Ghana's history. We'll take you inside the operation that led to the discovery of an illegal airstrip and 4.4 tons of cocaine. Next, tragedy at a birthday party. Police are investigating the fatal stabbing of a 24-year-old welder in Los Ross. What started as an argument turned deadly, leaving a community in shock. Then, as schools across Ghana reopened, the Ghana Police Force issues a crucial reminder: road safety is everyone's responsibility. We'll share tips on keeping your students safe as they head back to the classrooms. Meanwhile, in a bold move to empower youth, President Ali launches a new initiative for young athletes, combining housing with agriculture. Learn how these 27 athletes from Georgetown are turning poultry farming into a lucrative venture and what it means for their future. And in Venezuela, lights are flickering back on after a nationwide blackout that government blames on sabotage. But is there more to the story? These stories and more are coming up on tonight's broadcast. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for September 2nd, 2024. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, police are investigating the alleged murder of 24-year-old Ali Mark Augustine, a welder from Los Ross, West Bank, Demerara. The incident occurred around 10:30 p.m. on Saturday during a birthday party at Los Ross. According to reports, an argument broke out between Augustine and a group of villagers over an old grievance. The confrontation escalated into a physical altercation, during which Augustine was stabbed. He managed to run a short distance before collapsing in a nearby yard. Residents called the police, who found Augustine with a single stab wound under his left armpit. He was taken to the West Demerara Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The body has been sent to the Ezekiel Funeral Home for post-mortem examination. Following that incident, 4 individuals have been arrested and are currently in police custody as the investigation continues. In other news, the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, in collaboration with the Ghana Defense Force Special Forces Unit, made what is said to be the largest cocaine discovery in Guyana over the weekend. The teams uncovered an illegal airstrip in Region 1 during an intelligence-driven operation on Saturday, August 31st. The discovery led to the seizure of 4.4 tons of suspected cocaine with an estimated street value of 176 million euros. This operation was driven by intelligence regarding illegal flights into Guyana and was supported by information from the United States Drug Enforcement Agency and other international partners. The cocaine was found at the clandestine airstrip and had been brought in by illegal flights. The special forces found 4 hand-dug pits about 5 to 6 feet deep, neatly camouflaged with wood, tarpaulin, and bush containing the cocaine. Earlier today, samples of the narcotics were taken for analysis, and the remaining cocaine was destroyed by fire under the supervision of Kanu and the GDF officers. Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit head James Singh said Kanu is committed to combating drug trafficking in the country. Investigations into the operation are ongoing. Now, a different story making headlines. As most schools across Ghana reopen today, the Ghana Police Force is calling on all road users to exercise heightened caution. With the return of students to the streets, it's crucial to slow down, especially in school zones, and always give way to the pedestrians. Parents are advised to educate their children about the importance of road safety. Students should stay vigilant, use pedestrian crossings, and follow the curb drill to ensure their safety. Additionally, the Ghana Police Force is also reminding traffic officers to uphold the highest standards of professionalism and courtesy while interacting with the public. The force is reminding road users that road safety is not just a slogan, it's a way of life. Respect the road and keep the roadways safe. Stick around when we return. Amerindian Heritage Month 2024 kicks off with vibrant Amerindian cultural extravaganza, and President Ali launches initiative empowering young athletes with housing and agricultural opportunities.
good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized gear, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton, and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Speak clearly with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. 27-year-old Shafraz Ola, a bus driver from Paris Street, Anna Regina, and 30-year-old Joel Christopher Lee, a vendor from La Belle Alliance, were sentenced to jail for the offense of breaking and entering larceny when they appeared at the Saudi Magistrates Court on Friday, August 30th. The duo appeared before Magistrate Tamika Clark, where the charges were read to them. They pleaded guilty and were sentenced to 3 years and 4 months imprisonment each. Ola and Lee were charged in connection with a burglary that occurred between August 24th and 25th, 2024, during which they stole jewelry, U.S. currency, watches, and Guyanese currency valued at over $26 million, property of a 30-year-old businessman, his father and mother, all of 3 French Essequibo coasts. On a different note, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali has introduced a new initiative to help 27 young athletes from Georgetown improve their lives through housing and agriculture. The athletes will team up to invest in a modern poultry farming facility called a tunnel house, which could hold up to 45,000 chickens and is expected to earn them between $20 to $25 million per year. Each athlete will contribute about $300,000 towards the $50 million project, with support from a special low-interest agricultural loan offered by the bank. In addition, the government will provide training to help the athletes manage the farm. President Ali also promised that the athletes would get help securing homes, with the process being fast-tracked by the bank. The president emphasized that this initiative is about helping young people reach their full potential by giving them the right guidance and opportunities. The athletes lauded the president for acting quickly and giving them a chance to improve their lives. The president said this is just the first step in a larger plan to offer similar opportunities to young people across other regions in Guyana. Additionally, about 36 sports grounds are nearing completion across the country to boost youth involvement in sports.
There are 3 things we want to achieve here today. 1 is to work with young people, as I said, 2020 and before in this region. And we want you to be integrated in the building of your homes. And let me give you an example. I don't want you to hang your hat at the top of the tree now. You will learn how to hang it, how to first plant it, nourish it, and climb branch by branch. So the low income, low moderate income homes are what we're going to target. And let me give you an example. Because of the cross-subsidization of the government, when you acquire one of these homes, you acquire a home above the valuation. So for example, the initiative that we are launching here with you, you will get a home, let us say the home is $6 million or $6.5 million, right? 5.5. So start from 5.5. The bank gives you $6 million. That is what we're working with the bank to go as far as possible to valuation. So you pay for your home, and the $500,000 becomes investment money for you. And what we want to do is to work with the bank, work with our technical officers on converting that $500,000 investment in building a business model that will support your mortgage and support empowering you and building opportunities for you.
Moving on, Amerindian Heritage Month 2024 began in Georgetown with a spectacular Amerindian cultural extravaganza at the National Park yesterday. The event marked the official start of the month-long celebration dedicated to honoring the rich cultural heritage of the First People. The National Park was transformed into a vibrant showcase of Amerindian traditions, featuring various cultural performances, traditional music, dance, and artisanal display. Visitors were treated to a colorful parade of indigenous attire and an array of traditional foods, highlighting the diverse and rich heritage of the Amerindian communities. Heritage Month will feature a series of events and activities throughout September. As the festivities continue, the celebration of Amerindian culture will remain a central theme, reinforcing the unwavering commitment to preserving and honoring the diverse heritage that shapes their community. Don't go away after the break. Mpox outbreak, DRC and Burundi to receive vaccines this week. And rape and murder of doctor in India. Case highlights a wider problem of sexual violence.
Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Electricity is returning in some parts of Venezuela after a nationwide outage that the government is blaming on sabotage, but it hasn't provided any evidence that political rivals are responsible. Al Jazeera's Alexandra Rampietti reports.
Venezuelans woke up in darkness on Friday as a major blackout left most of the country without power.
When I stopped feeling the air from the fan, that's when I knew we had no power. But I thought that it would come back. But when my alarm went off, I woke up and realized it was a power outage.
People in the capital Caracas struggled outside closed metro stations and in dark workplaces, unsure of how long the outage would last. The government blamed the blackout on saboteurs, but didn't provide any evidence that its political rivals were responsible.
The state power company and the entire vice presidency of the public services were already active, as well as the entire national government, to overcome this new aggression and to bring you your electricity service and your peace of mind.
But many people are blaming the government for the blackout.
I'm not surprised because we've been suffering from a lack of maintenance in our electric installations. People had already said Venezuela was on the verge of a national blackout.
For most Venezuelans, the situation feels eerily similar to March 2019, when the country was plunged into darkness for almost a week amidst a previous political struggle. At the time, too, President Maduro blamed his political enemies. The blackout adds to the woes of Venezuelans as the government remains locked in a dispute with the opposition over the outcome of July's presidential elections. President Nicolás Maduro has defied domestic and international pressure to release the vote tallies to prove his victory, despite strong evidence to the contrary. On Friday, Venezuela's presidential opposition candidate Edmundo González, who has been in hiding since the elections, failed to appear in court for a third time on charges of alleged conspiracy, arguing lack of guarantees and due process.
González is now at risk of being issued an arrest warrant, even if it was unclear if the summons remained valid in the middle of the blackout, and if the Maduro government will indeed decide to move on with the arrest, despite risking further international pressure. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Bogotá.
Internationally, Mpox vaccines are expected to arrive in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Burundi this week. The World Health Organization says 230,000 doses will be dispatched to the most affected areas. The distribution has been delayed for weeks because of logistical problems, including sourcing for funding. Al Jazeera's Katerina Soy reports.
Ruth Amani is recovering from Mpox at a treatment center in Kavumu, in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Her 2-year-old daughter Amina did not survive. Doctors say they tried to save her, but she came to hospital too late.
My daughter felt sick first. We brought her to hospital after 2 days. She died a week after. I buried her and then I started to feel unwell.
Next to Amani's bed, there is Christelle Kaunda, who's nursing her 2 daughters. They've been here for 2 weeks.
One of my daughters got sick at home, then the other got infected. The health workers told me I have the sickness as well.
Many show symptoms of the infectious disease like rashes, fever, chills, among others. Health workers here say they receive sick people every day. DR Congo has recorded more than 18,000 cases since last year, but the true number of those infected could be much higher.
With this current situation, mass vaccination is our only hope to reduce infection and deaths. Our health workers are also affected because they are also exposed.
DRC and neighboring Burundi, which has recorded more than 100 cases, are to initially get 230,000 vaccines from the World Health Organization. Doctors say that's just a fraction of what's needed to contain an outbreak that's getting worse by the day. Catherine Soy, Al Jazeera.
Finally, doctors in India's Calcutta city on Saturday marched down the streets demanding justice for a trainee doctor who was raped and murdered earlier this month in the city. Al Jazeera's Victoria Gatimbi reports.
Lahari Sarkar is a junior doctor at the same hospital in Calcutta where another medic was raped and murdered 3 weeks ago. She says she and many of her female colleagues have endured years of sexual harassment by men.
I work at surgery, so I used to work at trauma. There has been instances where drunk patient parties have come and they have made passes at women, doctors, female doctors, nurses, including me, including myself. They have made passes, they have made offensive comments.
The attack on August the 9th triggered widespread strikes by junior doctors across India, demanding justice and better safety provisions at work. The case has also amplified and elevated the problem of sexual violence against women in India. Rebecca Mammon John has represented many rape victims. She says some rapists still believe they can get away with their crimes.
These are systemic issues. Policing is very poor. You don't know how to guard scenes of crime. You don't know how to collect evidence. You find it very difficult to trace who the offender is. Sometimes you may have reasons for that, but policing by and large in our country is extremely poor.
Pranadika Sinha Dev Burman is a survivor of sexual abuse. She now supports other women to raise awareness about abuse online, which she says has increased significantly in recent years.
It's very difficult for the survivors to speak out because in most cases they are re-victimized by the system, by the authority, in many cases also by their own families, because there is so much ignorance around the issue, but there's also a lot of enabling around the issue which we don't talk about. We don't talk about the fact that sometimes when someone is being assaulted or someone is being harassed on the internet, it is assault.
The gang rape and murder of a young woman on a bus in New Delhi more than 10 years ago led to changes to the criminal justice system, including tougher sentences and the death penalty for repeat offenders. But campaigners say little has changed despite the tougher laws, and they'll continue to make their voices heard until the government adequately tackles the problem of sexual violence against women. Victoria Gatenby, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 30-minute forecast. And that's Safe TV2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.